What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the set that keeps on giving the 25th anniversary Rarity Collection quarter century rare buyouts here and there. New support in the OCG, prices go burr. Card used to be good, that's most of the set. Prices go burr. A lot of buyouts to cover, but I also wanted to touch back on this 25th anniversary Rarity Collection booster box, retail exclusive as it's named on TCG Player. We now know that this 5-pack box, you know, the small print contains 5 packs versus box on the screen that people are trying to juice $50 out of, goes for $25 at retail. But if you're selling on a second party platform, there's shipping, there's fees, I gotta make some money, so that's why it's appearing here up for the people trying to scalp it. If you want to be that guy though that goes, I got you a Rarity Collection box for Christmas, and they open it up, they're really excited, and they end up with 5 packs, you can also do that as kind of a gag gift. Just try to throw something else in with it real quick. Now, I also want to talk about Big 3 deals. They've been having issues getting out both Age of Overlord as well as Rarity Collection. Most Age of Overlord orders that I have checked in with personally and sent their way have been updated. And if you have any issue with either of these sets by the end of Tuesday night, if you're not taken care of, if they haven't updated your shipping or gotten back to you, I do want you to go ahead and DM me with the following information on Twitter or Discord: your order number, email you ordered with, and the exact content of the order, and I will forward that to the owner myself. I work for y'all, not them, because I don't get anything on top of commission. You all pay me directly in a sense. They hold it and hand it back to me, and I expect sponsors to be able to do decent service along with the product. However, I feel like they're in this real old school mentality of, we'll take care of it and then message people, and it's like trying not to make people worry who don't need to worry. Just send out the mass email. That's what your socials are for as well. And this is the second time with the 2022 10s, so I understand having those 10s stuck on a truck and not being able to access them, hoping you'll get to access them, hoping it's just a small hiccup, but go ahead and communicate in the future. This is strike 2, not for fumbling with product or having your warehouse guy mess up like the text on the screen. This is a direct text to me, but I am more so your poor communication with the audience and people. That's where I'm actually getting upset at this point. Go ahead and hammer out that communication, even if you're taking care of it. Customers who don't have their stuff for over a week now would value that communication at least as well. But here's what's going on the screen, and it shouldn't just be answers to me, it should be answers to y'all from them. Again, strike 2 on comms. If I know Arizona can be a weird shipping hub and a lot can go wrong, but communication is very important in business. So strike 2 with me for sure, and I'm always going to put my audience before the sponsors by far. Going into the quarter century rare buyouts we were talking about though, and again, message me if you don't have your order updated by Tuesday night. I'm a little upset by it, but you know, they still intend to get everybody their product, and usually it shows up without you having to charge back, but I understand people charge backing too. I'm gonna put that out there. Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion here has spiked big and then kind of recoiled back towards $25. It was up towards $27, $28. Good card used to be good, still can be good. Pre-preparation of rites goes along with all these ritual good stuff, buyouts happening for that new archetype in the OCG. Pre-prep here spiking up, kind of evening a little, and people looking at the other versions of it as well. But yeah, this is up towards $10 when you used to be able to, you know, buy this for under $5. Herald of the Arclight similarly is getting sent from the extra deck with Dogmatica Maximus. Apparently is a package in a lot of OCG decks, not just ritual good stuff, but like apparently Centurion can do this and other. I feel like if everybody has the stuff for it though, the Maximus becomes worse, kind of like Grass, but Grass is still so powerful, Maximus is still so powerful. This card ends up being the goo all the time either way, because you can send it on your own with Diviner. You don't need them. I'm just saying the Maximus part, that's a buyout coming up, kind of doesn't make as much sense as this one, because this absolutely makes sense. Quarter century rare up towards $8. The minimum you could have bought it for was around $5, $6 though, so not the biggest jump. Maximus himself, the secret rare. I saw this on Twitter earlier, Discord's talking about it, and you can see it spiking on up here. Near mint first editions back towards 11, and there's plenty of the ultra rare, but 2021 Thin of Ancient Battle ultra rare versus nice shiny secret rare yeah, I would settle in a heartbeat personally. But see, that's why Rise of the Duelist holds that name. It's kind of the modern top set people think about a best set, and has a lot of memories in this archetype with people. People are playing this as an engine in multiple decks, OCG side, and people expect that to come TCG side. Diviner of Herald OG, if you weren't clicking on it or aware, you wouldn't know, but the OG is way up there, and this already had buyouts for Tearlaments as well before, so it's not the hardest to make disappear, but you can see it was cooling back down for a good bit here, pretty much all month, and then it starts turning up. Well, it's way past that $14 mark at 17 to 18 to 20. Cash Tier Rise Heart is also rising in price. That was an easy one. I maybe should have been a little more creative with that. $9 for this ultra rare, and Cash Tira is still around there. I've actually finally picked it up in Master Duel. When the deck's already, past its prime. And then Quim over here is really on buyout mode. I mean, Goth Girl season just passed us. Halloween's gone, but it can be Halloween all the time. But no, this deck is highly underestimated in my opinion. At times people like to make fun of it as the deck that chokes or can't do it, yet it still consistently revolves in and around. So $33 lowest before it's quickly $35+ and not the most listings in the world for regular Quim. I actually haven't clicked the Starlight, but it looks like it's mostly just down and way under market price. So interesting that the Secret's pressing so much, yet the Starlight's doing nothing because other things are recovering. Look at Starlight Super Poly. It's pretty much been a downward spiral for it since the quarter century rare, but the quarter century rare is getting bought out to the point of the Starlight. So much for discount Starlights, right? Both of these are pretty hard to pull, about equally as hard, I believe, but the fact that people are like, I'll match my quarter century rares over here, this is something kind of wild to me. I mean, we will only have 1 to 2 years, depending on how long Konami wants to run it, of quarter century rare product, and then I assume the years between will still maybe be Starlight rares. So maybe Starlight just has such a bigger future in terms of having more cards Starlighted, even though we pumped so many quarter century rares all out at once. I don't know what people are thinking. The ultimate rare here has also been mostly down, but starting to turn back up since the quarter century rare was a thing as well. So it's starting to rebound just a hair, and there's plenty of great versions, including Speed Duel secret rares of this, and OG secret rares. Premium gold if that's your thing and you want a double sleeve. Snake Eyes, we talked about this getting bought out, and it seems to have kind of landed to where people want around $50 for it, and some of the sales are tracking that way, although others that have actually moved since were lower. But yeah, people are starting to pay that $48 to $50 mark for this and the future of Yu-Gi-Oh! So that's everything going on today. Again, I wanted to directly address the Big Three situation. I feel like I should always be putting that out there, especially when they're not holding themselves accountable in terms of their communications and socials. I still have a lot of love for the guys out there. I understand that things happen, but this is a second time on this, and comms have to get better with the customers, or I'll certainly be walking. I have made a good chunk of money from them. I'm not gonna front. That's what the code is for, is also to save y'all money. But when there ends up being situations and they're not handled properly multiple times, red flags start to wave, and that also represents who I'm willing to keep around. And I'm trying to bring you some of the best at what they do. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch again. And again, Tuesday night, let's say around 7, if your tracking hasn't updated, if there's no mass email Central Time, I would like to hear from you, and I will forward that information to the owner personally myself.